Cool, let's look at this question. 3 points are given, these 3 points, and they lie on a curve given by equation of this. It's a quadratic equation, but we have no idea what it looks like because, we just know it looks like a quadratic equation, but we don't know the details because it's A, B, and C. They don't give us any numbers. But they say use an algebraic method to find the values of A, B, and C. We know that these 3 points lie on this curve, so we can just sub it in and see what we get, right? Because if we know it lies on this curve, so first one, we know that when x equals to -1, y will equals to 4. And what that gives us is, if we sub it into the equation, so 4 equals to A. Remember your brackets every time you sub something in. You need brackets, especially when it's a negative number, and you square it, then you can get the correct result. It's plus B. We don't know what B is, never mind, but we do know what x is, -1, and plus C. And if you simplify this, you will just get 4 equals to just A. -1 squared, remember if you key into a calculator with the brackets, you should get a +1. So it's just A. Minus B plus C. Okay, and then that can be our equation 1. Cool. And then we know when x equals to 2, y will equals to -5 for this graph. So, or this curve, you can say, okay, so -5 equals to A, 2 squared, plus B times 2 plus C. So we're just substituting it into here. We leave the A, B, and C's alone, because we don't know what they are, but we know what x and y are, so we just do that. -5 equals to 4A plus 2B plus C. We can call this equation 2. And then finally we have when x equals to 0, y equals to -3. So we see that, okay, so y -3, so -3 equals to A times 0, okay, 0 squared, which is still 0, plus B times 0, right, plus C. And so anything times 0, or 0 squared is still 0, it's 0, 0, so immediately we get our first value, -3 equals to C, or we can say C equals to -3. Wonderful. C equals to -3, let's sub it in. So since we know that C equals to -3, so we can say 4 equals to A minus B minus 3. Okay, and I don't like this -3, so I'm going to move it the other side. I can say I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Okay, I like this equation. I'm going to call this equation 3. Okay, and then over here, C equals to -3. So we sub it in. We say 4A plus 2B minus 3. And then once again, add 3 to both sides. -2 equals to 4A plus 2B. And this equation looks good. Call it equation 4. Wonderful. So you can see equation 3 and equation 4, they look neat and ready to be solved. So you have 2 unknowns, 2 equations, solve for simultaneous equations. And then you can find A and B. So how do we solve? I can see substitution might be a good method. So I'm going to say from 3, I'm going to say 7 plus B equals to A. Or A equals to 7 plus B. Okay, I'll call this star. And then I'll come here and I'll say sub in star, which is what? A is 7 plus B, so I'm just going to sub that in. A is 7 plus B. I'm going to say A is 7 plus B plus 2B. Notice A is gone. I can solve it for B. So we just solve 4 times 7, that is 28. And then 4B, then plus 2B. Okay, so this is -2 equals to 28 plus 6B, and 6B, subtract 28 on both sides, -30. B, divide 6 by both sides, you get -5. B is -5. Great. Finally, B is -5. We come back here and we sub in. We say B equals to -5. We solve for that. So we say A equals to 7 plus negative 5, and that is simply 7 minus 5. And so we can say A is 2. Done. So A is 2, B is negative 5, and C is negative 3.